What is happening, everybody? It's Dave Moerman here, home service business coach. I'm the CEO, and I am prepared and ready to come at you with this free training all around how I got my home service business pictured right here, Revive Services, how I got it set up running without me. And we just finished a month where we made over $27,000 in pure profit. Most home service businesses, they're run by an owner working tons and tons of hours and not making much profit. It's my goal with my service business to redefine that and actually set the thing up running without me and get it running profitably as well. So there's a few things that go into that. I'm going to focus this training all around the three key pillars that you got to focus on if you want to build this for your business. And that's really why I went ahead and started Home Service Business Coach, is because I had people reaching out to me. How do you do this? How do you get it set up? And now we've helped hundreds of home service business owners set up the simple systems in their business to get their business running. More time, more income. That's why we started our business in the first place. So I'm going to walk you through this frame of the three key pillars through this training. Get ready to take notes, and I'd love to hear your feedback at the end of this session. All right, so the first key pillar is having a strong, lean team, okay? I've had years in business where I've had as many as 10 or 11 technicians. Our business actually grew too heavy on the overhead that we weren't actually making as much profit as we are right now. And so this last year, we've really leaned out and we've went down to a smaller, lean team, okay? 5 technicians spread over 2.5 crews we run. So 2 crews of 2. And then we have a floater technician that can jump on as a third or can also help us out in the office. We have an operations manager, full-time salary. We have a service manager, full-time salary. The service manager, right down here, runs the office. So it's basically our office manager, like plus. So our office manager also does in-person estimates on an as-needed basis. She will send estimates as well out from the office. She will schedule our crews and she will take inbound phone calls. So basically, when you're running a home service business, there's a lot of moving parts. You're moving your trucks all around the city, going to and from homes. So our service manager is really like the coach or the figurehead to our clients, whereas our operations manager here, Steve, he's actually the coach or the figurehead for our employees, for our technicians, and he oversees running the service teams. So Steve here, he'll oversee the 2 crews. He'll jump on the job site when necessary too. Like I told you with our 5th technician as a floater, that technician and Steve can sometimes form a 3rd crew if needed. So kind of nice to have some flexible options when it comes to routing your crews. And that's just worked really well for us. And Steve has provided a buffer from the owner, from myself. Steve's able to run the production teams and make sure that jobs are running safe, that jobs are running on budget, and ultimately that clients are happy. Because as much marketing as we do in my business, we'll talk about that in this session, it really comes down to creating happy customers and ideally creating raving fans, clients that not only come back to you year over year and buy more, but they also refer their neighbors, their friends, their family members, people in their network to your company as well. And when you can build a whole brand around customer-driven growth, that's when things become really, really fun. Now, our managers are important, but really like the rock stars, the bedrock, the backbone of our company is our technicians, okay? And we have our technicians producing at $138 per hour per technician. So we want to be yielding like $1,800, $2,000 days for a 2-person crew is not uncommon in our business. How do you pay these technicians? We pay our technicians $21 to $27 per hour. As well, we bonus them up for every review that we get, whether that hits Google or hits Yelp or hits any review platform. We get an email in from a client who doesn't have a Gmail email. We'll still bonus out our team for the reviews as well. And then also tips as well. We run on a software called Jobber. And so our technicians are able to receive tips directly from our clients. Our clients can pay on credit card and tip our crews as well. So that's pretty sweet as well. So first key pillar, strong, lean team is what it's all about. You don't need 100 team members on your team. You need to have the people on your team that can actually produce work and produce high quality work. And that's how you get the business set up to run without you, the owner. All right, let's move to number 2, is all around lead generation. Okay. So we're now in 7 years in business. We've been able to build a premium local brand here in our area, and we have over 700 reviews across all our different platforms. We're also the top ranked company on Google for our services. And so that has really helped us create inbound leads coming in. But it's not enough to just sit back and take your inbound leads. You need to get hungry and you need to get after it when it comes to outreaching as well for outbound leads. So we have a VA hired in our company that will outreach to our past clients, which we now have thousands of clients that we're constantly calling, getting them back on the schedule. And also, like, it's a beautiful thing in a service business to be able to cross sell your services, right? If someone did gutter cleaning and roof cleaning with you, we can cross sell them into our Christmas light division, or we can cross sell them the following year for pressure washing or window cleaning. So you're constantly reaching back to clients and offering them your services. Okay. We've experimented with like actually having people on set schedules, but we found how much cross-selling we do. It's easier just to reach out to people 4 times per year and get them back on your schedule for the services that you offer. So that's worked well for us. And then the 4th thing is our MailChimp email campaigns. Okay. We have over 5,500 people now on our MailChimp, past clients and also people we've quoted. We send out 4 of those per year. And the trick with this is you want to send them out at least a month before you get really busy, right? So for us right now, we know we'll be really busy with Christmas lights in November. So that email actually went out in September to kind of prime our past client base and say, hey, we'd love to get your lights up. We'd love to get you an estimate for lights. We got an early bird season discount because we want to stack up October with a lot of our past Christmas light work so that November right now is fully open for new clients coming in. And how we've enticed people is we just give them a nice 10% off discount for past clients. And the reality of this is with holiday lights, in our specific instance, the lights are already pre-cut and measured for the customer's property. So like, it's a very profitable service the second, the third, the 4th time around the bases when you can just keep putting clients' lights back up. And we've taught webinars on this. If you want to, check out our webinar, let us know here maybe in this video and we can shoot you over a link. So that's the second one, lead generation. So what good is a strong, lean team if you don't have the leads coming in? And like, your primary role as a business owner in your first few years of business, you are the marketing director for your company. You need a super highway of leads coming in from all different sources. You don't need to do 20 different things, but I think you should have 4 or 5 really strong lead generation channels. And Google can be 1, outbound phone calls can be 2, and outbound emails can be number 3. And I also look at other neighborhood organic marketing methods that we teach at HSBC as well is a great one to stay busy. But for purposes of this training, this is what's worked well for us with lead generation. Okay. So strong lean team, 1, 2, lead generation. How else do we set the business up to run without us? All comes down to simple systems. Okay. And I want to deep dive a few of these with you to bring you more value on this training. Okay. The first one is your pricing. You want to be charging a premium price in your market. Okay. And I could make a whole 2-hour training session on this, but at the end of the day, your prices need to be high enough that you can send in a technician or 2 and have your whole project produced at 30% of the total job. I've coached companies before that do 35, 40, 45. It just gets too high to actually have the owner removed from the business. And in a perfect world, you're closer to like 25% would be much nicer. But for us, 30% is our target rate. Now, I say including burdens. What is burdens? Well, where I am here in Canada, we need to pay our employees for statutory pay, vacation pay, sick pay, employment insurance, contribution matching for retirement, all these different things we need to pay for. So if I'm actually paying, a technician $25 an hour, it's actually costing me $32 an hour because of all those additional labor burdens. So this is everything all in, fully loaded. If my guys, I'm paying $300 a day, including everything, they have to bill out at $1,000. And the problem where home service businesses kind of screw themselves is they pay their guys $300 for the day. Their tech only goes out and fetches, $600 for the day. Well, that's a big problem because your labor rate, I just told you, is 30%, frozen at 30. You're now at 50%. That's 20 extra percent that your company should be making on the bottom line. You're actually paying out to your team. So most home service businesses that hire employees, their pricing's not set up properly. And so they're not profitable, albeit their guys go out and do the work. There's not enough money at the end of the day. And like for this right here that I'm showing you, we did like $76,000 on the top line and we made like 35% net profit. And I'm walking you through how we were able to do this. So that's the first one, is like pricing. Like don't do another job until your price book is actually built out properly. And that's something that we help our members at HSBC do, because it's like your pricing is the whole foundation you build your whole business on. All right, simple system number 2 all comes down to cash flow management. Okay, I'm a big fan of running the business debt free and having a credit card on file for every single project. Yes, every single project we take 50% deposit on all our residential work. So we'll do 800 jobs per year, give or take. A lot of those are residentially based. We take 50% up front, whether we're cleaning your windows, demossing your roof, soft washing your home, putting up Christmas lights, or painting your house. It doesn't matter what the service is, we're taking 50% down. That helps us get serious buyers in the door, helps us not get the last minute cancellations, which suck. And I know that you know how that feels. It sucks. And 3, it helps us with a deposit, right? A lot of guys want to get into Christmas lights. I don't have $10,000 laying around for Christmas lights. You go out and sell $20,000 of Christmas lights, you pre-sell them, and you take 10 grand in, 50% deposit, and there you can go buy your Christmas lights. A great way to use, what's called OPM, other people's money, to finance the growth of your business. 3, sales. Okay, we haven't even really talked about sales, but you need to have a pricing guide. We have a one-sheeter of all our services, what we charge. Our crews know what we charge so they can give accurate quotes out in the field. 2, we have really robust written proposals. So if you get a quote from us, it's dialed in what we're doing, what we're not doing, exclusions, and written out how we're going to do the project. Adds a lot of perceived value to the customer. We quote by the project. Okay, I'm not a big fan of trading time for money and quoting hourly. We will on some stuff, but most of our stuff is like a set project fee. It's much more professional. And for example, Christmas lights, we'll drop the house with a nice colored mock-up, make it look really professional for our customer. And lastly, you got to figure out in home services how you are going to be different and stand out among the competition. We made a PDF guide. We have 7 ways at our company of why a customer is better choosing us than going with Bucket Bob or Ladder Larry or Chuck in a Truck or Sally Squeegee, you name it, right? It's just those people are everywhere. You want to build a premium brand. You want to be different. So it comes down to sales and building out your brand as that premium price provider, okay? Couple more simple systems for you to hit on. 2 more for you. One is production, okay? You got to get off the truck if you want to grow this business beyond 200 grand, okay? You just have to. So you need to have a job site checklist. What's everything that's getting done on the project? We have a 10-stepper, 10 steps, everything we're doing, whether we're doing Christmas lights or window cleaning, but 10 steps we want to walk through. We have a training boot camp, okay? 5-day training boot camp. This might sound like a lot of work, but as you look at winter here, is all the stuff you want to be building out using your winter months to create the business before you go out and operate the business, okay? So we have a training boot camp, everything walked out from how we clean windows to gutters, how we talk to clients, how we market the business, how we do estimates. You want to have your technicians highly trained so that, again, the business can run without the owner. You need to build this business as if you have 90 days right now until you leave town for 1 year, and this thing needs to run. So that's like, holy cows, hurry up offense. We need to get our crap together and actually build this business. Because a lot of you listening to this training, you're nodding along. You're like, I've been doing all the stuff in my business. What am I doing? I cannot grow the business if I just keep running on the hamster wheel within it. You need to jump off that hamster wheel, not worry about revenue. Perfect time right now during winter. You need to worry about what's getting designed in the business. And that's what I'm talking about, building out a training boot camp. And then regular team meetings. I would have weekly team meetings with your team. And I'd also have strong team leaders. Okay. Like I said off the top, our technicians are the backbone of our company. They are the ones outside producing the dollars for our company. You need to love on your team, take care of them, support them. We're going out for steak dinner at the end of the year to celebrate a great year. giving our team bonuses. Like, this just helps build that robust culture that you need to have a production team actually produce work for your business. And lastly is our CRM, okay? So we're using Jobber. If you want info on Jobber, hit me up. I've referred over 100 contractors to use Jobber, but it keeps us organized. So whether you're on Jobber or something else, doesn't matter, but you want to have this brain of your business that you can stay organized and you're able to run the business when you're away, okay? So you can be away for a week or 2 weeks, check in on your team, make sure the quoting's done, everything's organized, the scheduling's done, invoicing, time tracking, payments, everything for us runs on Jobber. And that's been able for me to utilize technology that my team can use while Dave's away, and people don't need to text Dave and say, what about Mrs. Smith's jobs? What about? No, it's all inside Jobber as like a central hub for our business where everything is stored. So I won't go on and on. That is the simple answer for you of how I've been able to set this cash flow machine up to make money while Dave is not there. And it's something that I'm very passionate about doing. A strong lean team, lead generation, and then simple systems is what it all comes down to. So if you got value from this, let me know down below. And if you want to learn more, I've got 2 options for you here in this training. Number 1, we have our Foundations coaching program where we actually hold your hand and help you build out your home service business. That's a high ticket coaching program at $1,500 per month. So it's certainly not for everybody, but it's for those that are serious about getting off the truck and building a real business. Something that might take you 5 years to build on your own, we could probably do it in 1 to 2 working together. And my second offer for you, we've got our HSBC club that we recently launched. And so that's currently on promo. $97 a month. You can jump in, high level community, get training, get learning, get knowledge. It does not come with direct coaching. That's reserved for our members of our Foundations program, but it's a great community that is growing. And you can start to walk the paths from moving from being a technician busy in your business to being the CEO and building this thing to run without you. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Dave Moerman, home service business coach. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by and look forward to seeing you around.